The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby, On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. My brother is in the building. TOBi is in the building,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for being here, man.
Yes, sir. B-Town's finest.
B-Town's finest. Last time we saw each other, it was on Zoom. It was through a computer screen. You had a very lovely apartment. You had like plants and all that shit in the background in Toronto
Yes,
at
sir.
the height of the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah. Weird times.
Crazy. It's funny because like since then, like I've like met and spoken to so many other like Canadian artists, and I never get like it never gets old hearing like the stories that and like what y'all had to go through up there, because it's like it's so nuts.
Yeah.
Like the lockdowns and like if they catch you outside after a certain time, you got a ticket. Like hearing about all that stuff is still insane to me.
No, it was wild, man. Honestly, it was even affecting the way I created music.
Oh,
to
for
be
you, it was
honest with
affecting how you created music. Okay.
Yeah, it really was, because we had no place to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it was over here, but
Here everything was closed.
it was like lax.
It was closed. Yeah, it was closed.
Yeah.
Closed. Air quotes.
Yeah, it was too
You know,
much.
you know.
It was too much for me, so I had to. To be honest, I made a move still.
Right, you moved to LA, right? So you leave home, you go to LA, right? Why you made that move? Because of you did that during the pandemic, like when those things were still hot, or you did that like recently?
No, I did it like in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it because I was working on the album.
Yep.
With my producer Alex Goose, and he lives in LA, and we were doing the remote thing, but it just wasn't hitting. It wasn't hitting the same. So, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make this move right now. There's nothing to lose. So let's get it.
That's fire. How do you like LA?
LA's dope, man. Yeah, good weather, height of creativity. There's like mad artists over there. So, I've just been connecting with a lot of rappers, singers, producers, just, sharpening the sword,
Word. I've never been to LA, but all my New York friends who go to LA tell me that there's not like good food there.
That's facts. New York food is way
Meech's
better.
head popped up. He's like, no, not good food? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Toronto's the best food, then New York.
See, look, he has to rep for home.
Yeah. Toronto's the best food.
Yeah, I don't know why nobody can find good food out in LA.
I mean, if you like tacos, you can get
Who
that.
doesn't like tacos?
Yeah, so LA has good tacos, street tacos. They also got good Ethiopian food.
Okay.
And like Mediterranean food, but outside of that, the African food is not it over there. No disrespect, but it's just not it.
I wonder how their
Jamaican
Spanish food is besides like the Mexican. Obviously, the Mexican food is gonna be fire out there. That's
Absolutely.
not a question, but I wonder how like their Puerto Rican, like Dominican food is. Like if they have any of that out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, look, nobody
know.
even knows.
I haven't found out.
But I'm happy you're in a good place, bro. It's like it's good to
Absolutely.
see that you've been in a good place. It's good that we finally get to do this. Cause I remember like one thing, cause we did that during the pandemic, and then I remember I think it was last year you had like this little mental health campaign that you did. And I actually was like in charge of like doing the social post for that for Power and Breakfast Club.
Oh,
When that was
word.
going on, yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
when that shit came across my email back then, I was like, they're like, oh yeah, there's artist TOBi. I'm like, what the fuck? I know TOBi.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
like, I was the one who was posting from Breakfast Club and Power at the time about you.
That's fire.
Right. So I was like, oh shit. Like one, I was happy to see that you were doing, you're doing well. You're doing stuff with like the mental health. What's the app called? Do you remember?
Oh man, why is it even skipping me right now?
It was like an app or like a
Yeah,
website that you could go and like meet a therapist on or something like
Yeah,
that.
it is an app, and I don't want to get the name wrong, because then I'll be giving promotion to the wrong.
To the
thing.
wrong app. You better look.
Damn, y'all don't remember this?
Huh? No.
No, see, that's why I don't want to do. Man, I'm gonna find it. Because it's important to give them their love.
Right, because I thought that was really dope, because I remember at the time it was like the contest was you enter to win, you share your story. And I think like 10 maybe more people got like free therapy sessions for
6 months.
for 6 months. And if you've ever been in therapy before, 6 months could be life-changing in therapy.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. 6 months can literally change the course of your life. And it's called Talk Space.
Talkspace. Shout out to
Yeah,
Talkspace.
shout out to Talkspace.
Shout out to Talkspace. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how did that partnership come about? Because I found that very interesting. That's where you were at that point in time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the
A bridge
story.
version.
You know, when I was a teenager, like my mental health was rocky, bro. Like I was living with like anxiety and I didn't understand what was going on in my body. You know, I was just like, I'm experiencing this stuff. So then as I was learning about mental health and what anxiety means and depression and things like that, I started going to therapy, counseling, learning more about it. And then I was like, yo, this literally transformed my life. It really helped me become a better person, you know, a stronger person. So, you know, speaking to my team about that, you know, they know that's something that's very important to me, and giving people those tools so that they can have more agency over their lives too. So it was just about finding the right partner that would come on board. And yeah, and since then, you know, we've been doing more and more initiatives in the mental health space because, you know, it's I breathe that kind of work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, even before I was a rapper, I worked in youth mental health. Front
See, I
line.
didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think we spoke about that during the Zoom.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fire.
Yeah, I work front line with youth like, you know, 13 to like 19, just helping them, you know, understand their mental space and get more awareness. So it's very, very fulfilling job. You know what I'm saying? You know, the pay wasn't that good, but you know, it is what it is. So I got a lot of respect for people who do that work for real.
Right. And that's why that like you doing that shit was so fire. Are you in therapy now, or like do you still talk to somebody, or do you do that anymore?
I mean, yeah, all the time. Like my friends, my family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, in and out of like getting an actual therapist because, you know, it's like you're starting a new relationship with somebody every time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, oh, I gotta explain all this over and over again. You know, so, you know, thankfully I'm not in a place where I need it as how I needed it back then. But you know, if the right time calls for it, come on, always open
We
to
back,
it. I
yeah.
think therapy is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's something that you mentioned. Like with every new therapist, you guys like, great. I gotta explain to him why or her why this is happening because of
Yeah.
this, because of this, because of this, because of this.
Yeah.
But my last therapist knew about the first three things, and I could just keep telling them about what's going on, and they could just divulge like how that happened. You're like, nah, I gotta. They're like, so tell me, and you're like, damn, I gotta start from the beginning again.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So you know, it's just about if you feel like you have the necessary skills to carry on to a certain place, then you know that's a great thing. And yeah, you know, apps like Talkspace. There's this other one I found online called Mind Beacon,
Mind
which
Beacon,
is a
okay.
free one, and it's like it teaches you like cognitive behavioral therapy. It's really dope.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Calm. What does Calm do? Calm is just kind of like I think that's just kind of like a chill app.
I'm not sure.
Calm. Yeah. Oh, it just helps you meditate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
meditation?
Yeah, I know
Okay.
my folks use like the Calm app to help them meditate and shit like that.
Okay.
I'm not good
Cool,
at
cool.
meditating though. Never,
Fam,
never be me.
it's hard.
You tried? No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Oh, you're talking to
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been meditating for like maybe 5 years.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel you, bro. It's difficult because you gotta sit still with whatever you're feeling in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that could be uncomfortable. And sometimes, you know, you think that as you're meditating, everything is supposed to be like fine, but it's like sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And you just gotta sit with it, not being okay.
Right. So what type of space you been in lately in terms of like the music? You said you moved to LA to work on this album, right? I know you said that you tweeted, you're like, oh, the album's gonna be like some Grammy winning shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have the exact quote. I know I didn't say that completely right how you said. My next album oh no, I did say that.
What'd you
My
say?
next album really on some Grammy shit.
Yeah, no, it's true. Thank you for the verbatim.
Got you,
got
bro.
the
You know what I'm
receipts.
saying? Yeah, of course. I always gotta come with the receipts, man.
Absolute, man. Honestly, bro, I don't think that there is an album like this out right now, and I think it's gonna raise the bar for a lot of artists. And I think it's gonna change. It's gonna change how we listen to music because of the amount of thought, the amount of history that we put into the music.
Yeah.
With the samples, with the stories, just the richness of it. There's no album like it. So I do think it's on some Grammy shit for real.
What are some of the themes you're tackling?
Oh man.
Since we getting into it,
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Mental health,
obviously.
society, male vulnerability, even just like what it means to just be present and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like one of those like serial overthinkers, and I know a lot of people are overthinkers as well.
Yep, definitely me.
But it's like, yo, you don't have to be like that all the time. What does it look like when you literally just let yourself go and have fun? So that's a part of it too. And basically, I just wanted to speak to the times, bro. Like, where are we at right now as a society, as a world, and where do we want to go? Where do I want us to go together? And to me, it's about hope. Hope is the most important aspect of the album.
The album's gonna make you feel hopeful.
At the end, yes.
I love that. You talked about male vulnerability. You said, I hope so. You talked about like male vulnerability, which is actually funny because I just had Division up here.
Yeah.
And that was a big topic of our conversation with each other. Obviously different space, the R&B space, but like I felt like the themes of like male vulnerability that keep coming up in projects is not like a coincidence. It's like now it's like becoming like a good, like not a good space, but like a more accepting space to talk about these type of things.
Absolutely.
Still very early on in terms of like people being accepting of these conversations, but it is becoming more accepting to talk about it.
I think it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think we need it. And I think as artists, we got to take risks and do things that, may not seem normal or regular in everyday conversation, but you could put it in a song for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's great for, guys to be more vulnerable, not just for the sake of being vulnerable, but just for our like inner peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just for our freedom, our collective freedom. So yeah, I'm happy that y'all spoke about that for real.
How are you opening up about like that type of like what's like a little what's like, you don't have to say everything obviously because we want to save it for the product, but what's like one like point of like that conversation of male vulnerability, I keep tripping over the word, that you're tackling on the project? Like just one little aspect. You don't got to give it all away because I still want people to get it from the album.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's one song on there called "She Loves Me," which is out now. That's
Go
more,
stream it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen to "She Loves Me." That's like a more R&B soul record.
Yep.
I definitely try to like tap into that like D'Angelo, Roots, Jay Dilla type vibe. And, the whole premise of the song is just like, when you're with somebody that you love or you're in a relationship with, what does it look like to just like surrender? You know what I'm saying? Like not like put up a wall, just surrender and be open to whatever experience comes of it, whether it's good or bad. You know
That's
what I'm
somebody's
saying?
phone. Whose phone is that?
I don't know.
It's not Calvin's phone. It's Calvin? Yo, Calvin. Calvin, your Cal's question has been canceled for today because you let your phone ring in the middle of the interview. And he messed up Puerto Rico Ra's order. But okay, well, it doesn't really help, but that's fine. Just put him in the waiting room. But okay, so back to what you were saying about so just about surrendering yourself in a relationship, which is probably one of the hardest things to do, to just let yourself be there and be open and.
Yeah, nah, for real. And I'm speaking from experience. You know what I'm saying? That's why the song is on there.
Recent experience?
Recent, old, all the above, man. Yeah.
Did you feel, was it tough for you to start opening up about that? Were you like, one of these girls is gonna hear this shit?
I mean, the truth of the matter is, I will never write one song just about one person. At this point in my life, it doesn't make sense for me to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I write songs about people in my life, and I don't I don't be telling them, oh, yo, I wrote this about you. You know what I'm saying?
You might get the text, but you're not gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it. No, no. Just because I feel like that takes like the joy out of it too, you know?
Kind of sick at the same time.
I'm just saying, man.
Nah, hey, look,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it because
Yeah.
like if you like, this is gonna be sound a little toxic. I'm gonna get toxic for like 1 second.
Nah, get
if
to it.
If it's like you write one song and then 3 people hit you up and you just sitting at your phone looking at it, smiling, you just like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't help but like smile at that type of shit because 3 people thought that the song was about them.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
slightly toxic, but like, you know, but it comes from like a good place though. At the same time,
Yeah, absolute. It's still kind of endearing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. I don't tell nobody that I write songs about them.
but with this album, right? Like, do you? Because obviously you had the EP last year with Illmind, right? But going into this project, it's been like what 2 years since the last project, right? So, and we're obviously not. I mean, unless it's gonna drop before the end of 2020, which I feel like I don't know if that's a thing or not, or if it's gonna
2022?
2022. I'm sorry, yeah.
Nah.
So it'll be
2023.
2023, obviously.
Yeah.
So if it's dropping in like 2023, right? Then it'll mark like 3 years since the last project, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Which
crazy?
is wild.
Is that crazy to you, right?
That's fucking crazy. That's wild. But I mean, you know what, bro? We took our time with it, and like I said, bro, this is to me, this album is like it's a genre defining album. Like there's it doesn't matter if I drop it now or if I drop it next year. You know, it's going to shake the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really don't think anybody has heard anything like it. Just the story and the journey that it takes you on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Is that also what you meant by when you were tweeting? You were talking about how like name a recent hip hop album that's like really moved you or like moved the culture in like a certain way or like introspectively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do you feel like? Do you feel like? And this is strictly like opinion only. We're not coming for nobody. But like, do you feel like Kendrick's album was like kind of on that line of like moving people?
Mr.
That's the recent one I could think of. Yeah, that's the most recent one I could think about.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Might have moved somebody.
Yeah, Mr. Morale for sure. I mean, Kendrick's whole discography, you know, from Good Kid, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, he's been consistent with that, you know. So that's why, you know, that's one of my favorite artists for that reason.
Yeah.
Because he'll still make the bops, he'll still make the anthems, but then you peel the lyrics back and you're like, yo, this guy's he's dissecting some shit. You know?
Yeah, because when you tweeted that, I was like, all right, I think of that album, right?
Absolutely.
But aside from that album, in terms of like, there's been incredible albums. It's not saying that I haven't liked any albums that have come out from any type of artist, but like in terms of like moving or like even making me think like a little bit more about certain like topics or conversations or shit like that, like I can't really think of one like recently. You know what I'm saying? There have been great projects though, great albums, but like in terms of like making me think like Kendrick's album did, because like Therapy, you relate to it, I relate to it, but like in other types of, you know, albums, like thinking wise, I haven't really been thinking that much.
Nah, for sure,
Just been
bro.
enjoying the music.
For sure. And yo, honestly, it's like you got to find that balance, especially an artist that, you know, has conscious messages in the music, to find balance between, oh, yo, he's saying some shit, but also I'm trying to dance, you know what I'm saying? Or can I just listen to this, you know, while I'm vibing, while I'm chilling? So, yeah, I definitely want people, when they listen to this, to just be open, because like it's gonna take you on a trip, bro.
Is there gonna be like skits and things on it too, or is it just like straight music?
We'll see.
Okay, still TBD. It was funny, but I want to bring up one other tweet that you did, not from like an introspective perspective, but just because it was funny and I agreed with it. You were like, to my guy, stop wasting your money on designer. If you don't got money, make sure your hygiene A1, dress smart and clean. Nobody cares about the tag, I promise you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I felt that. Brush your teeth. Put Dio on the train. Y'all be in the train with a Mary's on, but be stinking that shit up in the summertime.
That's exactly what I'm saying, bro.
He's smiling because he knows I'm right.
Nah, that's what it is though, bro. It's like, just come fresh. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. That's like 90% of it.
Right.
Then the 10%, you know, drip it out, you know?
But drip it out in the right way.
Yeah, in the right way. Yeah. Cause like, yo, honestly, you go to a party or you go to a function And it's like, rarely at the end of the party am I like, yo, those clothes were crazy. You know what I'm
fire,
saying?
yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm just there to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't be caring about that.
You know what's funny? Like when I go out to the club, right? Yo, Meech, this is at Shimmy, right? Somebody was like, cause I wear like, all right. So this is like a nice pair of sneakers, right?
Yeah.
I
Very
would never
nice.
wear this shit to a club.
Nah. Why
Never.
would you?
Never would wear these shits to a club, right? I always I have beater pairs of Air Forces that I purposely wear to clubs because I'm like, these shit's gonna get fucked up. And then somebody was like, yo, why are you wearing those? Like somebody asked me at Shimmy like why I was wearing these like raggedy ass AF like old, like dirty ass white Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Like why are you wearing those? I'm like, bro. Like,
Have you seen the floor?
Have you seen the floor? Like
This shit looks crazy.
Like I step down on this floor, I'm gonna have like 3 girls stepping on my shoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bump into somebody, they're gonna spill some Hennessy on my, if this was a fresh pair of white Air Force Ones, I'm fucked.
Absolutely. Nah, for real.
And
No. We're locked in on that, though.
Come on,
for
we
real.
locked in on that.
Yeah, and especially when you go out and you're fucking dripping out, looking crazy. You got, makeup on the shirt.
Yeah.
You got glitter. You got smelling like weed. I'm like, damn, I can't even wear this.
You can't even wear like your fly clothes.
Yeah, but it's okay though, man. These are first world problems.
These are really first world problems. But I love how you got to link up with illmind on the last EP. I love illmind because
Shout out to illmind.
Shout out to illmind. I specifically also love like what illmind did with Guap Dad on their EP. I think that was during the pandemic too.
Yeah.
And I think that was a nice little pack to hold people over. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was great. And it's a nice lead into like this new era of like TOBi too.
Yeah, absolutely. And this new era is serious, bro. It's serious, man. I can't wait for people to listen to the whole thing in full. Yeah.
Is illmind on the new project too or no?
No, illmind's not on the new project. It's primarily Alex Goose.
Alex Goose, yeah, you
Just
mentioned that before.
produced the whole thing.
So how did you and illmind first come together for that? Was that also like when you came out to LA that you got to meet him?
Yeah, no, actually. illmind was one of the first people that I worked with in New York.
Oh, for real?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was working on my first album, illmind did a lot of the production on there, just tightened a lot of things up, and he really brought it into a great sonic space. And then after that, I cooked up at his crib, and we just made mad records. So, I just started releasing those as one-offs, and then, yeah.
Fire.
Absolutely. But I'm definitely trying to get more working with illmind, man, because I feel like we got a great chemistry.
Right. So we got the album on the way. What's next for you? What are you looking to do in 2023? What are your hopes and dreams and aspirations for this new year as we're closing out 2022?
My hopes and aspirations, definitely live performances.
Right.
My live game this past summer, I really got to do some shows and
Nice.
festivals, and with the band too, and it was just sounding wild. So I can't wait to get in front of people and play them this music for sure, because I feel like live is one of the best places to experience it.
I agree. And I think because you mentioned band, right? And like the one thing about like when I would see your live performances is like, obviously you're a rapper, but like you put on great live performances because you have the band. Like I think whenever people go that extra mile, it's like with Anderson, you look at people like Anderson .Paak too, or Kendrick again, and you have like that extra bit of like production value to your shows. It just makes it that much more special.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, most definitely. You definitely got to come out to the show.
Yeah,
when
whenever
I
you
do
got
the
in
New
New
York show. Absolutely. We'll get it going, and it's going to be a movie.
Yeah, me and Meech will be drunk backstage. Puerto Rico Rob will be yelling at me because I used up all of his swipes on his company credit card for the liquor. You know what I'm
Shit. I
saying?
thought you were going to say swipes on his Tinder.
Nobody tell his wife.
Used it up. No, play.
No, but yo, use up all the
play.
swipes on his Tinder. It's hilarious.
Oh, man.
But we don't know when that New York show is coming, right? It's all TBD for now.
No, TBD.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we find out, it's going to be special.
Soon come. Word, man. Well, it's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on
likewise.
everything. Glad we finally got to meet.
sir.
I'm excited to see everything that you do, man. I'm so excited for this project. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on everything that you've achieved so far.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what you achieve next, as always. Before we get out of here, if you want to let the people know where they can follow you at, anything else you want to let your fans know, now is the time to do it. This camera right here.
Absolutely. What's going on? It's your boy TOBi coming live from B-Town. and I'm here and on the radar. Find me everywhere as Sincerely TOBi. All platforms, Sincerely TOBi. Much love. Album coming out next year. It's going to be crazy, and I'll see you soon.
Boom. Well, there you have it. My brother TOBi is in the building. That freestyle is out now, so make sure you go watch that. Go follow TOBi. Go show TOBi some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, TOBi on the radar. Canada in the building. We out. Bow.
Cheers.
My brother.
Respect.